podcast. My name is Geoff, and I'm joined, as always, and for this very special emergency podcast, by my good friend Paul.
Emergency. Hello, everybody. This is Paul.
How are you tonight?
I'm delicate, mate. That's what I am. I'm in a very delicate state of mind.
Is that because you've been boozing, or because you've seen a certain trailer?
Booze me, bullseye. Very idea of it. No, yeah, I wish, mate. Chance to be a fine thing. No, it's the trailer, isn't it? I mean, wow. I was quite happily doing I say happily. I was doing some work today, and I'd switched myself off the internet and everything. I wasn't going to be distracted. I wasn't going to give in to procrastination and anything until you, my friend, suddenly texted me and says, "Go online." And I'm like, oh, wow, what has he done? What have you done? I was expecting something from you, like, I don't know, maybe you had a fight or something online and whatever. But so I jumped online and it was like, oh my goodness, there we are, the trailer.
Yeah, I was sitting at the table having dinner with the kids and my wife, and I had to look at my phone for something, and there was a notification on the lock screen from Doctor Who Twitter, because I've rung their bells, so I get notifications, and it said incoming with two flames either side, and I thought, oh, what's this? Yeah. So I had to have a quick look and see that the trailer had already appeared, because that was the oldest tweet that was on top of the pile. If you see what I mean on the thing. So I got the phone out. First of all, I was disgusted that they mutilated the trailer to put it into a square aspect ratio and chopped all the widescreen out. So I looked it up on YouTube, told the kids to shut it.
Daddy's watching the Doctor.
I watched. Yeah. And then I had to go and put away the dishes and stuff, and my mind was buzzing, and I thought I need to watch that again, and then I had to go and trim the lawn, so I escaped to the garage to find the strimmer, which took 1 minute and 12 seconds longer than it should have done while I re-watched the trailer.
Oh dear, it's funny how these things suddenly interrupt the normal everyday flow of life, isn't it? I texted Freya as well. She was out today seeing somebody, and and as soon as you text me and I watched it, and I texted her, said the trailer's dropped, and then she texted me back saying, "You're not watching it, are you?" I went, "No." She knew I was lying, because I saw I was. She comes back home, she goes, "I need to see it, I need to see it." So we stuck it on there on YouTube on the big telly with the big speakers, and it was just mate, it was mind blowing. What a trailer! I mean,
it's a great trailer. Yeah, all that time, all those weeks we've had of where's the marketing. I
never said that.
And now it's kicked off big time. No, I know. Well, and neither have I, because none of the other episodes or series have trailered anything more than a month at most before. With a film, it's Doctor Who is big, but a film, for example, a Marvel film or something, it's absolutely massive. It reaches across the entire globe on an enormous level, so it's months of advertising.
It's a big old PR machine that has to fuel a global release that has got to make billions of dollars, otherwise it fails.
Yeah, it's different, and you're right. If we'd had this trailer 3 months ago, we'd have had a few weeks of mania over it, and then we'd have been like, well, what's next? And then you get another trailer that shows you a bit
move
more.
On to different things, and then by the time it's actually due to go live and broadcast, it's like, well, we don't really care now,
Right, so why don't we play the trailer and we'll simultaneously watch it. We'll run into it with a countdown, and we can make some comments as we go and then discuss it when
Let's
it's finished.
do that. Good idea. Right, okay.
Now, if you look under the TARDIS, you can see a train there.
The end of your existence.
A dozen of the world's leading seismologists have gone missing.
I love that time vortex. Look, that volcano's looking epic. Now, where are they there? So this train stuff must be the start of the episode. That planet looks great. Why is Yaz holding a gun?
It never occurred to you that it could be a trap.
I'm pleased to see Vinda back as well, and the Joker's sign on the TARDIS with a ha ha ha.
That's scary, isn't it?
He delivers that chilling.
Oh, look at that! That's that planet. What is that?
Look at that.
It's incredibly dangerous.
Oh look, Ace parachuting in.
What a hero! I like the way the text is regenerating as well.
Yes!
Yaz doesn't want it to end. Yaz speaks for the audience. Oh, the way Jodie says Yaz at the end there is pretty filled with emotion.
It is, isn't it?
I think. Sounds quite desperate. That is a great trailer.
That is really something else.
There's a lot to unpack in there. Looks like that train sequence might be, I don't know why, it just feels like it might be the beginning, and it looks like a really kind of high energy, high action sequence. So I'm excited to see that, and it's interesting that what is it? The volcanoes are erupting on Earth, and the art's been stolen.
Yeah,
as well. So,
that's a weird combination of events, isn't it? You know,
yes,
what that would.
It is. Yeah, I'm trying to think how
do they link his? Do you want to hear my thoughts? So we got
on.
a planet that is approaching Earth, right? So that's going to cause some real seismic disruption, hence the volcanoes.
Yeah.
And you've also then got people stealing valuable arts of work in order to perhaps steal the best of human culture before it absolutely disappears from the universe. That's what I think. And I'll tell you what, mate, I was looking at that planet just a minute ago, and there's a sequence. Where does it pop in? Let me just find it. It's round about here because I made a note. Dun, 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 dun. I mean, it cuts to it a few times, doesn't it? But that one there...
But there's one shot where you
can...
can...
go back. Just went past it. It's at... What's that? 30... 33... Here we go. 32 seconds. So you've got Earth, which is the blue one on the...
So there's the shot where there's two planets in the sky.
Got two planets.
Yeah, so...
What if it's Mondas?
Well, I saw someone say that on Twitter, but what if it's Gallifrey?
I thought Gallifrey originally when I was watching it earlier, because it could be Gallifrey popping back out of time, but previously Gallifrey has been a lot bigger than Earth. There was a story where Gallifrey appeared near Earth, wasn't it? I can't remember what that was now.
Yeah, it was it the end of the Stolen Earth, maybe, or Journey's End? You did see it in the sky. But if you skip to 37 seconds, you can see a red planet blasting Earth, which looks like it could be from that same sequence, but the planet is cracking and it's got bits glowing on it in a great big kind of line going around
Around about 43 seconds into the trailer, if that's the same planet, it's very blue, very Death Star-like.
Now, that looks a bit like... If you go back
what are we like?
The shot at 15 seconds, which is Yaz and the Doctor on a planet, and you can see all sorts of glowing blue architecture and stuff in the background of that, which looks similar to that planet there that you've just pointed out. And also, I would like to draw people's attention to... I've lost it now, hang on. Let me find it. A shot at 39 seconds. Looks like the Doctor is running. This is the shot where there's two TARDISes in the shot. Never mind that. There's a giant version of one of those wood sprites from Avatar that's blasting a hole into the planet's surface.
You've got to squeeze Avatar into this. I was having such a good chat until you said that.
If you go and look at it, you'll see what I mean. And also, actually, interestingly, any Avatar fans who are listening, you know the bit where Jake is in the jungle in the forest at the beginning, and all the little floaty jellyfish type thing come and land on him. This thing looks just like one. But also in this shot, you can see all the blue architecture, and you can see Earth in the background of the shot. So they're obviously on.
I'm going to hedge a bet, and I'm going to say if it's not a brand new planet that we've never heard of, I'm saying it's Mondas. I'm calling it right now.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see where the Cybermen are in it.
It looks very cyber-like. You know, there's some protrusions on the coming up through the cliff that look like they could be the tops of buildings that go much deeper underground.
One of them's got there's a big globe type thing in it as well.
Or
it's quite an interesting shot of some.
Maybe they're doing it to tell us what
could be.
Driving it around the galaxy in search of food and fuel and something by which the cyber race can survive.
Yeah.
But Telos is the planet with the ice tombs of the Cybermen on it, so maybe that's been dug out.
That's right.
Somewhere. Or what I really hope actually is that none of that is true, and it is all something completely, utterly different.
I was going to say, or it's none of that, and Chibs will surprise
definitely.
surprise us.
Remember
something
with
completely different.
Legend of the Sea Devils, where I really thought that big sea monster was the Merca, and it wasn't.
Oh yeah,
I was so disappointed.
See, I think I suppose I probably talked about this a bit before, but I don't know why, but I tend never to really kind of look at something and think, oh, I hope that's something, and then like fixate on it.
I do. I fixate. It's a dangerous thing to do.
Well, I fixate on something in like, oh, what is it, and you know what's happening, but never. Oh, I reckon that's so and so, because I don't know why I don't do it, but I think that's just a way to
Disappointed.
End up being disappointed.
Yes, you're probably right,
know,
Mr.
I'd
Geoff.
rather they tell
you're
me
probably right.
Tell me the story they want to do.
But it's
try
part
and
of the
guess it
fan thing,
myself.
isn't it? Sort of, speculating and theorising and focusing on very
Yes, it
grainy
is, yeah.
close-ups that have been pulled from a YouTube
Yeah.
still at 980,
which is exactly what we've just done. Yeah. So I'd also like to quickly look at the poster. I was waiting for this, and it's a great poster with Jodie walking on the path of some of the TARDIS hexagon things. I wonder, these are probably all James Pardon's photos. If he listens, he might be able to tweet and tell us. And some people will have noticed that Sasha's eyes look like Jodie's in the picture, and I don't. They wonder whether he's doing something, because there's a photo being released of Jodie in some sort of like tube-like cage type thing, and she's got all the sort of energy on her, which you see a closer shot of in the trailer where she calls for Yaz. And some people wonder whether the Master is trying to steal her regeneration energy for something, or who knows, or hello Freya, you alright?
You coming in or you're not?
No.
No? Oh, okay.
I'm going to get changed.
You're going to get changed?
I'm gonna leave.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
How did you feel about the trailer, just very quickly, in a nutshell? Thank you, Freya. That was her reaction to the trailer.
Thank you. Yeah, great.
She says
Well,
she
that
hopes
was,
you enjoyed
that was mine in a more
I might have to
emotional.
turn the level down on that a
Good.
bit. Sorry,
Yes,
what were you saying
you are
about
blown out.
the Master's eyes and,
Well,
and the Doctor's
Sasha's-
eyes looking very similar?
They're the same
Can't find
colour.
that blooming photograph.
but I don't
now.
know what-
I know the one you're talking about.
Oh, it's the main account tweeted it. So I don't know what
BBC,
colour Sasha's eyes normally are, but I think there's some sort of thinking that maybe they're merging together or something like that. I don't know, but the supposed regeneration energy looks different, and I wonder if it's something to do with the fob watch, because it looks a little bit like what came out of that in Flux.
That picture you're talking about, though, it's not a photograph as such, is it? It's a bit of art. It's been treated.
Well, there's two. There's
a
the
lot
main.
There's a lot of photoshopping going on if it's not an actual drawn piece.
Yes, the one where you've got Sasha's head in the background, because if you look, like Jodie's arms are blending into the Dalek.
You talking about that
and there's
one?
a sort of slightly weird. Hold on, let me bring you up. Yes, that one. Yeah, so there's a full-length version where you can see all of her, and her arms and stuff are all blending into the Dalek, and there's a sort of weird, slightly kind of duplicated effect going on with her arms a little bit, and everything's kind of warping together.
Oh, I see.
And then there's a separate photo as well.
I could be wrong, of course, but I think it's just
It
art.
may just be making it look
I
pretty.
think it's just art.
See,
I think it's just
I'm
the
reading
thing
into
of
it
trying to
there.
make it look dynamic and scary and sci-fi and exciting and alien and all that sort of stuff. I think
well,
it's a
it
bit of
has
artistic
worked.
license. I know that probably throws a bit
Yes.
of cold water and stuff. That's me, I'm afraid.
How dare you.
Take
How
me to
dare you.
find me.
In a minute, I'll read through some of the tweets that we've had. But how are you feeling now? Because obviously we've known this.
Oh, mate, I'm excited. I am wickedly excited. I mean, I love it when a Doctor regenerates. I really do. I think it's like the best thing ever. I'm just looking at your face now. it's going to be really sad, Jeff. Honestly, I'm going to be so emotional.
Yeah, cut the previous bit and use that.
Honestly, because it's always the threshold of something new. You know, a new chapter in the unfolding text of Doctor Who. You know, we're going to see something new and exciting. And you know, I've loved Jodie's Doctor, and I loved this era more than I have since the reboot, since the classic series finished. And I will be very sorry to leave it, to let it go. And that Yaz that Jodie shouts at the end of that trailer there, I felt a big spike of emotion cut right through my heart. And I know Freya did as well. The both of us were like, oh my goodness. But at the end of the day, Doctor Who continues, and that's what I always look forward to the most. And those points of regeneration are the cusp of the end of something current and the beginning of something new. And I always look forward to the new stuff, mate, every single time.
Well, that's nice. So this is probably the time when
It's so sincere when you said that. Well, that's nice. I'm pleased for you, Paul.
So this is my this is my time to tell you that, as far as I'm concerned, Doctor Who dies on October 23rd.
Honestly, come on. It's not a cult of personality.
And I shall be stepping away from the...
Is it the person or is it the show itself? I mean, I always like to think I'm a fan of the show, and the people who act within it, the writers, the showrunners, the directors, they're the ones who bring their creative vision to the show that I love. You know, they're the ones who act out these wild and wacky, wonderful stories, bringing their own flavours,
because the concept doesn't,
their own ideas.
Yeah. The concept doesn't change.
And as long as the concept doesn't change,
yeah.
you know, it can be stretched and pulled in all kinds of bizarre directions, and that's why I love this show. You know, it's constant change, it's constant renewal, it is constant energy. It is always, even after all these years,
creatively unlimited,
still surprising me with brand new stories.
Yeah.
You know, some are you know, outright kind of pastiche rip-off horror stories. There's contemporary thrillers. There's, you know, emotional, heartfelt drama. There's wild and weird bonkers stuff. There's alternate universes. There's historical period dramas, mixture of sci-fi and fantasy, and literally everything. And that, as long as that continues, as long as Doctor Who never sticks to a same formula ever, then I will always be a fan of it.
Yeah. I tweeted earlier, I obviously have known this time has been coming for a long while now, but it just always sort of seemed a long way off, and maybe, you know, maybe it's just a joke, maybe it's not really going to happen, and now the trailer's here, and of course I'm excited to see the episode. It looks great, looks amazing, and looks epic, but there is a huge kind of I suppose, you know, fear, you know, trepidation about it. You know, she won't make it out of it, and then, you know, there'll be whoever comes next, and I will watch, and it'll be brilliant, of course, but I feel that this has meant so much to me, and you know, connected so much to me that it's going to be quite hard, I think, really, to see it go. And I was talking to Dom at Dom Torhu earlier on Twitter, and I said it's pathetic, really. It's only a TV show, and she said it's not pathetic, because, you know, this is it means so much to us, and you know, it's moved us and things. And I said, well, I'm downplaying the fact that I'm devastated. I don't know. It's a bit weird.
It's going to be weird on the day, isn't it? On the night when it goes out.
Yeah.
Because it also looks like, I mean, I don't know if that sequence they showed is regeneration or something leading up to it, or a bit of a kind of red herring in some ways, but it looks like the 13th Doctor is not going to go quietly. You know, it looks like a very traumatic thing, which I think it always is, actually, if it's done well at the end of every Doctor's life. It's a, you know, it's never a welcome. The whole regeneration thing is never welcomed. It's almost like a last resort, a final sacrifice, or, you know, something.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and that Doctor doesn't, you know, they don't want to do it. You know, don't want to go. Yeah. So and also tonight, Jodie has been announced for
she has?
Comic-Con in
LCC?
London next month. Yeah, so that's I think that's her
Is it?
third
Is it
one
really?
this year, which is great. I mean, she
Brilliant.
obviously
Getting into
really
the
enjoys
convention
it
circuit.
and loves meeting people. Yeah, I think it's great. And a couple of people have said, "Am I going to go?" And I just spent quite a bit of money to see Bono this
Well,
week,
you make good
and
choices, mate.
he's the same week as haven't seen Bono in like 6 years, and it's the same week, and I can't afford it, sadly, and I don't think I could to justify or get away with being out for two big things like that in a week. But just an aside, top tip. So when I tried to get tickets for Bono, there wasn't going to be many because it's just a talk for his autobiography, and I had 3 Ticketmaster windows open, and I was waiting for the clock to count down, ready to go live, and just about a minute before it was due to go live, I checked it on the app on my phone, and the tickets were available, so I bought it on the phone, and I never managed to get any through the web browser. So just a little tip. Check every avenue.
So
Bono C
let's
to
go back
C
to the
is
trailer,
coming
mate.
soon,
'Cause we might lose our audience otherwise. Look, so
Yep,
we've got something
well.
which is really interesting here, which I love the look of. There's the TARDIS, the little pull to open panel with
Yes.
on it. Oh,
Yeah.
how good is that? That reminds me of, what was it? Was it Bad Wolf? Bad Wolf, Bad Wolf, Bad Wolf everywhere when all they
Yeah,
saw was Bad
yeah.
Wolf. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. I mean, I love that.
Yeah, obviously the Master has
Is it the Master or is it
hijacked
something
that
else?
somehow.
We got
yeah.
we have
Oh, yeah,
rumours of
could
the
be.
Toy Maker making a comeback in the episode after this. So
Yeah.
who knows if it's a precursor? Personally, I think
Yes.
it probably is the Master, but
Could be.
you know, that's what we do as fans. We make shit up all the time.
Yeah.
You know, we pull it out
Theorise,
whatever we
yeah.
want to actually see. But it's a great image nonetheless. And we got Daleks, we got Cybermen.
Also, there's a brilliant shot of the TARDIS on some sort of alien planet. That looks really
All of it looks top dollar.
on that
I mean,
one. Great shot.
Who
Yeah, it
directed
does.
it? Was it
It's Jamie
yes,
Stone.
Magna Stone. That's right.
Yeah, he was going to come and have a chat with us, but
way
he's too busy.
You
So
sort of
he
look at this
can't,
and you think,
sadly.
yeah, okay,
Too
so he was
busy.
And we got Ace.
Yeah,
and
he looks
Tegan.
like he's-
We got Kate Stewart.
Yeah.
Ace parachutes in from something.
Yes.
I love that. Of
Yeah.
course, Ace parachutes in.
Yeah.
Why would she not? That's brilliant. That is proper Ace. And we've seen some shots of her lurking with a baseball bat, ready to do some damage. She's has she got a bomber jacket?
Yeah.
She has. Yeah. Look at that. And we got Tegan picking up a gun like she did in Earthshock to have at some cyber dudes with some extreme prejudice and violence. And there's a sort of gold-looking Cyberman in there as well in that mix, or at least he looks gold on there. When I
yeah.
freeze that rather grainy image on my computer. Oh man, it looks traumatic. It looks epic. You know, it looks like it's a big story. I mean, is it 90
Yeah,
minutes?
it
This
does,
thing?
yeah.
Obviously not the trailer.
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
That's movie length almost, isn't it?
Yeah, the 90-minute trailer for a 24-hour film.
That's the thing, isn't it? I mean, it looks amazing.
So
I can't wait.
I'd just like to read a couple of tweets out as well that we've had in. Thanks to everyone who wrote
Shad
in.
looks mental. Violent. Sorry, mate. Go on. Yeah.
Yeah, he does. There's a close up on him. Where
How does he come back? Because he was
how's
shot
he
down
back?
to a little.
Yeah. Yes, he
Little
was.
figure,
Yeah.
little Star Wars, little 6-inch figure or something, wasn't he?
Yeah. Did the Doctor pick him up? Because
I'm going to watch it again because I am partway through my Jodie rewatch, and I think I'm going to make it. Actually, I'm going to make it through Flux, through the rest of Series 12, through the specials, through
good.
Flux, through the Sea Devils, and then into this in pretty good time, I think.
Brilliant.
So yes, sorry, go on. You were
So
saying.
there's a tweet here from KTC is a geek, and she says, I have literally written out every scrap of what I saw. More questions answered, more questions raised. Looks like absolute carnage,
Yeah,
a
it does,
non-stop
doesn't
epic thrill, and I don't even know how to begin preparing for the breakdown that is to come. Aidan CG01 says, an absolutely fantastic trailer. I'm excited but also nervous for what's to come. Fraser Gregory, who's at Felix Fraser, says, clever. It doesn't give us much we
Yes,
haven't
good
seen
point.
already, so Chips can keep some more secrets. But what it does give us, planetary
Yeah.
destruction, looks epic. Great, massive Day of the Doctor and End of Time vibes. It's clearly going all out. Ian Banks, at Stuff Ian Like, says, I love the callbacks to previous stories and characters, as well as the excitement intercut with danger. Let me have a look. Kendrick at DDP Kendrick says, I thought it looked incredible. Great visuals, looking to be a great storyline and good performances from some of my favourite actors. We will be watching. Charlie, who's at She Regenerator, says, looks like the Master will tell Yaz about the timeless child, like the Doctor talked about her feelings for guys, their feelings for each other, but did not tell her about her time running out, etc. William Who at BBC William Who says, got me very excited for the episode. Looks to be a beautiful episode with impressive looking effects. Still not completely sure of the plot, but I'm excited to see how it all fits together. Yeah, it's just got to tease you. This tweet from at @we_Thazzy says, I've never felt so conflicted between wanting something so badly and also hoping it never arrives. European Feline, who's at @who_EU16, says, if the trailer is this much of a tearjerker, the rest is going to put one's emotions seriously to the test. And then we've got at It's All Just Jazz, no coherent thoughts, no deep analysis, just I don't want it to be over. Tony Filer, who's at Filer Wright, says, more Master, more Ashad, classic companions, and that agonised yell of Yaz. I love this description. He says, makes for a power anthem episode with a heartbreak at its core. Volcanoes, missing paintings, and a predatory planet. Oh, I think so. Katie Haynes says, still crying in the corner. Feeling that. Let's see.
We had quite a good response to this.
Away
You're
we
going to read out every single week.
This is no. I'm going to do two more. So this one is from someone new, and Away We Joe, who's at Suspicious Oaks. It's all I've been able to think of this whole afternoon, so they must have done something right. And then Woman in a Ghost Monument at Jodie's TARDIS 13 says, I'm excited but also not at all ready. Tegan Ace the Master, the villains, they look amazing, but I'm so attached to 13 and Yaz, I'm not ready to lose them yet, and never will be. Trailer has me excited, terrified and kind of sad, and that's kind of how I feel.
But think about all the adventures we haven't seen yet. It's the thrill of the adventure, the scares, the thrills, the fears, the stories, the characters we haven't seen yet, the journeys they're going to go on. We're going to have some cracking times ahead, even though it'd be sad to leave these stories behind. But we'll always have them. They'll always be with us. We've had 13 Doctors and then some, right, in between times. There's all of that to enjoy, and there's more and more of it coming, and the future's never looked brighter.
Yeah. Exciting times ahead.
Come on, feel it, Geoff.
By
Don't be sad.
Heartbreak.
Come on, enjoy the adventure. Enjoy what's ahead. It's going to be a cracker looking at this trailer.
So, if anyone is listening to this tonight, hopefully we'll get this out a little bit later tonight, or they're listening on Sunday, our Sunday evening, our regularly scheduled Sunday evening podcast is We Love the 13th Doctor, the sequel, Part 2, The Return, which is me and Paul talking to more fans of 13th Doctor and Jodie. So we hope you
kind of gave them control of the show, really.
Yeah, we sort of sat back, really, so it was good fun, so we hope you like that. It
was a lot of fun.
And then we'll have another episode next week, won't we? And then it will be our review of The Power of the Doctor on the 23rd, which we will record after the episode has gone out. So if you want to hear at least one grown man crying, tune in for that one. All right?
We might both be crying, mate, because it's
and maybe Freya too.
I think Freya's already said to me tonight. Actually, she goes, "I'm just going to cry." She was feeling quite emotional with that. I was as well. Just weird. Most Doctor Who's don't do that to me. I've said to you before.
No, I know they don't. No, I haven't felt this before. This way on
it. There's a lot to be said for that.
It's going to be tough.
I think it is an era that has touched us all very, very deeply.
That shows the connection and the power of it. Yeah. So, on that note, we will say goodbye for now. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you for listening. Bye for now.